Okay. Um, Hello, everybody. Uh, Sorry for the whitewash, but of course, freaking glare coming through the daggone blinds again. Um, Somehow, I don't think if I pulled them all the way down, it would make any difference. Because I just don't have the right angle to set this, really. So I guess I'll just have to keep it on my lap, or I don't know. I don't have a table to set it on, you know. That could be more like here or something. That's a little better. All right. Um, as promised, time for questions of lesson 2. But I'm going to need to get my glasses so I can see. My Hello Kitty, black and gold Hello Kitty purse. It's cute. It's a sanitizer. It's also a black kitty. Maria got me this purse at one of the malls. It's $20. So go. So I can see what I'm reading. Okay, lesson 2 is about beliefs and deities. Goddess, God, deity names, stuff like that. Here we go. Lesson 2 questions. Number 1, this lesson deals with beliefs. Examine your present beliefs on reincarnation. Do you have any past life memories? Question 2, construct, draw an altar table. Indicate what will be placed on it and show their arrangement. Question 3, construct a diagram of a temple that would be ideal for your needs. Indicate the area that would best reflect your affinities, outside or inside. What actual items would you like it to contain? Make this a realistic layout of what your temple will actually be like. Number 4, list some examples of magical workings appropriate for your needs that you would do during the waxing cycle of the moon. Number 5, list examples of magic you would do during the waning cycle of the moon. Exam questions for lesson 2. Question 1, study the 2 goddess myths given in the lesson and examine their symbolism. In the Saxon myth of Freya, what does the necklace Rosengamen represent? Number 2, what are the 3 essentials of magic? Number 3, have the Christians ever believed in reincarnation? Number 4, according to craft beliefs, if you do an injury to someone, A, will you be able to wait until after death before being punished? Or B, does that mean the same injury will be done to you in your next life? Number 5, imagine that you share an apartment with a roommate who is not in the craft. You have your own bedroom but must share kitchen and living room. Is it possible to have your own temple? If so, where would be the best place? Number 6, from which direction do you enter the ritual circle? Number 7, north, south, east, west. Blue, green, red, yellow. Which color goes with which direction? Number 8, which of the following could be used for an altar? A, folding metal card table. B, wooden packing crate. C, 2 concrete blocks and a piece of plywood. D, tree stump. 9, what is the Wiccan reed? 10. Can you use a glass ashtray for a censer? I wouldn't recommend it. It would shatter. Please read chapters 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 8, 9 of The Lost Gods of England by Brian Branston. And that was just like a recommendation thing. So have fun with those. And again, you can pause it and write down each bit if I read it too fast. But this is my work section today, or time of day, to do something work related. So I thought, what can I do that's work related? And then I thought, I'll do the second lesson 2 questions, and the real witch's year, so that if you want to do anything like that, you can. August 18th, which is today. Brass. Brass has long been used as a magical substitute for gold. Whilst not as powerful as gold, it is very effective in money spells. At dawn, place 8 green candles in the sunlight on a square of gold paper, and in the center place a brass ring. A brass curtain ring is fine. Ring a brass bell 3 times over each candle while visualizing money coming to you. When the candles have burnt all the way down, fold the paper and place it together with the brass ring in your wallet or purse and carry it with you. Brass keys used to be dropped down the back to relieve nosebleeds, and it is said that wearing a brass ring will prevent stomach cramps. Horse brasses used to be said to bring good fortune and to protect the home from evil spirits, and of course, witches. To be effective, they had to be polished once a week. The preferred symbols on them were acorns, birds, bees, flowers, and hearts. A good number of items of altar equipment are made from brass and well kept and polished. It can look really magnificent by candlelight, sun, and moonlight. But allowed to tarnish and become dull, it looks cheap and quite nasty. If you want your magic to work and the goddess and god to grace your rituals, keep any brassware at its best. If you empower your brassware, ritual and otherwise, by placing it overnight in the light of the full moon and place it in your windows, it will protect your household and return any negativity to the sender. Stepping into even verbal crossfire is a good way of getting hurt. And that's just like a little thing they do down below after it tells about, the witchy whatever of the day. Tomorrow is about snakes. So today, if you want to try some brass magic, go for it. But if you're going to use brass, just like it said, keep it polished, keep it looking nice. If you truly want the god and goddess to grace your rituals and spells with their presence and power, because if you're just going to leave it on your altar and it's going to look like crap, then they're going to consider that an insult. None of your spells are probably going to work. Let's see. Just looking around to see if there was anything else that I wanted to read. Don't think there is. I could read the fairy cards, but my bag's over there and I don't feel like going and getting it. Let's see. It's almost 2:00. I doubt anybody will, come on here anyway. Just looking around and trying to remember what other witch books I have up here. Already done the Lunasaw thing. Guess I could read from Hecate's devotional here by Vivian Moss. Interesting. Chapter 1. In the House of Hecate. Hecate, you are the allure of autumn and the madness of winter. You are the smell of damp earth after the passing of storms. You are the raven's flight and the owl's call. You are the soft glow of sunset and the hoary light of the moon. You are the crisp breath of a midwinter morn and the soft sigh of spring's awakening. You are the silence of death and the enchantment of life. Hecate, my queen, you are, and then just goes ... So I guess that's a good way to, it's like, you can write something personal about her if you want, something from the heart, because I'm sure she would like that. You know, gods and goddesses always like it when you speak from the heart. She whispers in my dreams. I first heard her in the realm of my dreams. She was softly calling to me, beckoning me to follow. I silently shadowed her, unsure of where we were headed. I heard birdsong in the distance and the crashing of waves. She led me to a seashore where we stopped by the entrance of a secluded cave. As I stepped into the cave, a soft glow of welcoming light enveloped me. There were ancient markings on the stone walls, symbols both arcane and unfamiliar. On the floor of the cave was a small altar decorated with skulls, feathers, and all manner of found baubles. Fruit, honey, and wine were laid out pleasingly, ready for this shrouded figure to consume. I looked deeply into her primeval eyes, knowing instantly who she was. Hecate, queen of witches. She had claimed me as her own. I awakened from my slumber, embracing my new self. Hecate, I whisper, I am yours. Many times I have traveled to Hecate's cave in spirit flight. She is always shrouded, her features hidden. Only the depths of her eyes can be seen. They go on for eternity, full of knowledge and sometimes sadness. She has seen all, the beginning of earth and the slow destruction of these sacred lands. Hecate is one of the first of many gods to inhabit this world. She is as ancient as the starry heavens, and her reach is far. She dwells on the borders of this world and the shadow lands, her cave safely hidden at an ancient crossroads. It is so ancient that no memory of it survives. You can only find it during spirit flight or hedge riding, much like the Witch's Mountain or Benevento. She visits my dream world often, leaving hints of her esoteric knowledge in her wake. As I ride the currents of eternity to her hidden cave, I feel the rush of death pass me by. The once hidden shadowlands materialize, figures emerging, both uncanny and obscene. Feeling the tug of forgetfulness, I steady my senses, bracing for the Night Queen to arrive. And arrive she does. With each visit to her cave of dreams, I grow closer to the pale mother, she who was born of stars, for it is the stardust of dreams that gather at the tides of the seasons, bringing the spirits of the shadowlands closer to our waking world. Hecate, I dream with you tonight. May I elude the spirit of forgetfulness. The hearth of remembrance. The Shadowlands, or other worlds as they are more often called, are just beyond our earthly realm. Spirits dwell there. Some were once human, our ancestors, but many are spirits who have never had a human form. They have been here from the beginning, much like our gods. Hecate, a psych Psychopomp is an intermediary between the living and the dead, the spirits and mankind. She protects the home from wayward spirits and ghosts and guides lost souls back to their underworld home. Much of my work with Hecate includes my ancestors and the mighty dead. A shrine dedicated to them is a main focal point in my home. It cannot be missed. When you walk into my home, you can sense the uncanny yet welcoming feel of enchantment. Oddments of witchcraft can be found throughout my home. A feather here, a solitary stone there, an old and weathered bone tucked neatly beside a candle. The hearth houses my ancestor shrine. Candles are lit daily, fresh water offered at first light. Prayers of gratitude and reverence are whispered on hallowed breath. Trinkets of loved ones are placed lovingly on the shrine. Pitchers, a pipe, a shell casing from my brother's funeral, and a rose from my grandmother are but a few of the items to be found on the shrine. I can often be found reading next to the hearth, feeling comforted by the presence of my loved ones who have passed beyond the veil. This is the heart of my home. With the help of Hecate, magic is woven through the fibers of my home. Enchantment and mystery live within these walls. The voices of my ancestors are heard within my dreams. Hecate, lady of the home, as I wake in the morning, I feel blessed knowing you are here. Your essence and magic can be found in the laughter of my children who sleep safely under your roof. It is you who watches over us as we sleep, sending away unruly spirits who may cause us harm. Hecate, queen of the dead. As I lay down to sleep, I thank you for bringing me closer to my ancestors. I know they are safe in the realm of the dead, under your loving embrace. As the candles are spent, your torches burn, guiding them home. She who guards the threshold. On the threshold of my home hangs a solitary skeleton key. This is Hecate's key. She who guards the gate. With the presence of this key, only those who mean no harm may enter. It has been charged with protective charms and blessed on the altar of Hecate. Hecate is very protective of those who show her devotion. One of her earliest manifestations is as a household goddess. She was called upon to protect the home and those living within. Hecate was invoked to protect loved ones while traveling, and small shrines were erected in her honor outside the home's entrance. Every full moon, I recharge Hecate's key for the protection of my home as well as my loved ones. It has not failed me. It has not failed me, nor do I predict it ever will. Her key is a very potent tool in that it helps to avert evil from entering my home. And believe me, there is evil out there, not only in spirit form, but also humans who can be one of the vilest of entities. I am a very protective mother of 2 daughters. There are those out there who can and will, if given a chance, harm them. I will do anything to stop that from happening. Knowing Hecate is there to help protect them eases my mind. Hecate can be a fearsome goddess. She is Brimo, the terrifying one, causing strife to those who cross her. She is Dinos, the dread goddess, bringer of death and destruction. Her hellhounds are known to prowl the night, hunting malevolent spirits and people. She is not one to be taken lightly. She will strike you down, leaving your rotting carcass for her hellhounds to devour. Beware Danos, the dread goddess from the worlds below. She who is Brimo of the crackling flame, Hecate of the night she is called. She who leaves death and destruction in her wake. Hecate, Brimo, I beseech thee, lay waste to those of evil nature, bring them to their knees, destroy them all. Hecate, Danos, I implore thee, strike fear in the hearts of evildoers, shred them to pieces, feed them to your hounds. Beware Danos, the dread goddess of the worlds below. She who is Brimo of the crackling flame, Hecate of the night she is called. She who leaves death and destruction in her wake. At the altar of Hecate I stand. Once more I stand at the entrance to Hecate's cave. The scent of incense floats softly on the ocean breeze. The sound of the crashing surf fills my head with whispers of magic. I feel her presence within and silently step across the threshold of her seaside home. I find her kneeling at her altar, arcane chants rising from her lips. She sips some wine, relishing its exquisite flavor. She turns to me and smiles, a hint of mischief in her eyes. She has plans for me, I feel. Am I ready? Can I rise to the challenge? I smile back at her, the same mischief in my eyes. I'll give it one hell of a try. My ever-changing altar reflects the seasons and sometimes my moods. Always present is Hecate, for it is her altar. Here I pray and make offerings to my queen. The lighting of her candles and incense are a sacred event. My morning and nightly devotionals are done here. They change from day to day. I speak from the heart when addressing her at these moments. The events of the day reflect the sacred words I express to Hecate. Some are pleads of mercy for the wrongdoing to innocents. Others are prayers of gratitude for the blessings she bestows on my family. When weather or time do not permit me to leave offerings for Hecate at a crossroads, I make use of my outdoor altar. It sits low to the ground like most altars for chthonic deities. Here I carve a crossroads into the ground, placing my offering near it, leaving it overnight. I then bury the offering the next day. The erecting of altars is a sacred and hallowed act. It is a gift to the gods, one that you put your heart and soul into constructing. The objects that we place on them hold special meaning to both us and our gods. The making of charms are done there. Prayers are raised to the starry heavens. We cry, pouring our hearts out to the spirits and ancestors. Reading of runes and scrying for remnants of the past and snippets of the future are done at this sacred space. Enchanted waters and potions of healing are left on altars for the gods to bless. All manner of witchery is done here, making this one of the most magical spaces of my home. Hecate, my queen, at your altar I stand, offering you prayers and admiration. Hecate, queen of witchery, these charms and enchantments are yours to bless. May the spirit of magic be present in their making. Hecate, Daedalus, cunning one, by the hiss of serpents, you call your children of the night. May we hear your whispered enchantments. Hecate, dark muse, may I continue to be inspired by the mystery that is you. My home has been filled with the enchantment that only Hecate can bring. She inspires me to be myself, to follow my dreams, and fly on the wings of magic. I adore both the light and dark aspects of her, for I am much the same. I can feel her even in this mundane world. She is just a breath away, waiting for us to awaken from the slumber of forgetfulness. Hecate, awaken my mind so I may dream. And that was chapter 1. So I need to start working with this book again. And the part that seems to be tripping me up is finding a time of day to do things. When I don't have to worry about my cats bothering me, being in my face, wanting my attention, picking on Boo, so I have to yell at them, which most of the time that's Carmela and Kalika more than it's Bella. If I wait until midnight, if I can even manage to stay up that late, that's a good time, I suppose, but getting myself in the right mindset is really difficult for me to do. Because it seems like when I try, my cats sense it or something, I guess, and then they that's when they decide they're gonna come over and bug me and want my attention when I'm trying to do something important. And that just makes me irritated with them, and I end up yelling at them, and that creates negative energy, and I don't want that. So a time of day is difficult for me. Um, as far as being able to do it here. Because I don't want to like try to start some kind of a ritual or something like that, or meditation, and start getting myself in the meditation zone, so to speak, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. And then Norma decides to burst through the damn door and slam it behind her, which I don't know why she can't just reach behind her and close it. I don't know why she's got to slam it every damn time. And she complains about other people slamming the door in this building. But she does it too, and I wish she would stop, because sometimes when she does that, Chris is laying down, and if he does manage to like doze off or something and she comes in and slams the door, I don't know about him, but that would startle me back awake, and it would definitely put me in a foul mood, because she's being disruptive, and I don't like that. It's rude and disrespectful, because it's like, I could be in the middle of doing a spell or something, and you come bursting in here, you're gonna mess it all up, because it's gonna agitate me, and then that's gonna throw all the positive energy into what I'm trying to do. So please just stop. If you're gonna come in, don't freaking slam the door behind you. Close it normally behind you. Just walk in the door, close it gently behind you, and then say whatever you're gonna say or whatever. Just so annoying sometimes. Oh, excuse me. So anyway, at least I read some from Hecate's book for you. I'm trying to keep the content various, informative, educational, intriguing, worth watching, whatever. Can't think of anything else I wanted to read. So I guess this is going to be a short live stream today, and I'm just going to go ahead and end it here, because I can't think of anything else to say or do or anything. Let's be, get it the right way. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Stay wild, my moon children, and for the rest of you, be kind to one another and yourself. Blessed be. See you next time.